Okay. All right. I know that that a nesting place is okay when you go to see them, but according to her, I guess I can't talk and and I used to be pretty good. No,
You got this. Just got this.
I used to be pretty good at doing it.
Right. And start over.
Okay,
Wednesday looks like a Monday.
it's a Sunday. Okay, so under receipts, and you don't have to check them or anything. Claudia and Carmen and Beto are taking care of this, but according to a nesting place, they did not mark the receipts that had milk. I guess she went back in there and she marked them. There's a way of looking at it, right? You can either download the receipt.
I think it's campus too.
It's Campus too. They
You can edit and it'll,
Select the receipts, that's why they're very short on that.
if you edit right
Ahí
there.
está. Okay, you can either look at the receipt or you can edit it. If they did separate the milk, then it should show up here. So I guess you must have gone back and
Is there like an issue if they give more? If they was telling?
there's not an issue if they give more, no, but if they're extremely over, like you can go under the milk bank. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You already went.
No,
It could tell you right there, but go ahead. It'll tell you right.
Les tienes que dar 6 onzas, ella les da casi 8.
The only thing with that is Center Pilot doesn't know because Center Pilot's basing it on your meal production. So if you're giving more, you may come out short because Center Pilot's not taking into account the overages or the spillages, you know what I mean? Right.
Okay, so
You're
right here, okay, you're right, Araceli, thank you. Right here, it'll tell you in the same page under receipts, it'll tell you they planned for 179. Look, right here, this is another issue that you can catch as a monitor. Okay, they're planning for 179 gallons. They only need 52, so they're over 28. Okay, that means, what does that mean? What does that mean? Where does that milk plan come from? From the estimated attendance, right? So they need to adjust the estimated attendance. Because to answer your question, it's okay if they give more, like you were saying, they give seconds. But if it shows up here too much, I mean, if they're over 1, 2, 3, 5, it's okay. But if they're over like this, then that means they need to adjust their estimated attendance. Okay, that's another thing that you all can work on if you have extra time there. The whole milk as well. Look, they're planning for almost 37.5 gallons and they only need 7. They're over 11 gallons. So what this means is that they're using the money from the food program to buy more milk. Where is that milk? Where is it going? Are they using it for next month? And if they are, it needs to go on their physical inventory. Okay, and if they're not, then where is it? Did they take it home? Did they give it to the neighbor? Did they give it?
But it could mean that they're not even buying it, right?
Well, it's tracking it. It's tracking. Well, no,
yeah.
you're right. You're right. I know what you're saying.
Well, because that carryover, see how it said whole milk purchase with carryover, so that's telling you what they've put over here, the whole milk.
But we don't always carry it. Oh, right here, you mean, okay. That's what was over, ¿verdad? But if they're using their reports correctly.
February.
If they're using their reports correctly, like their meal production record, they should be buying 179 gallons because that's what the meal production record is for. Do you see how we have so much work to do? Because first of all, they're probably not even using their meal production record. They're probably just posting it. So that could be also something else. Ask them, do you know how to use it? Well, no, because the owner is the one that uses it. Yeah. But the meal production record, that's what it's for. So that they know how much milk to buy, how much ground beef to buy, how many apples to buy, okay? So if they're way over, that means that they're supposed to have this amount on hand. I'm just, pointing out little things that can be looked at by the monitors if you're out there. So if you are out there and you do breakfast for somebody that has a split shift like that, you are required to either stay there or come back. But you do have to monitor the complete breakfast. Okay? Okay, I know we spend a lot of time on that. I also wanted to go over the infant feeding because that always seems to be a problem for a lot of people, including some people here. Can you see everything? Can they see you, I mean?
Yes.
Okay, so this is something that's really important for every single one of us, including all of the centers, okay? The infant feeding. And a few years ago, it changed ever so slightly. But I did spend a little bit of time with the new center, Purposeful. I think they're going to be a good center because they paid really good attention to me. And if anybody wants a copy of my handout, I'll be glad to give you one. You don't have to have it, or you can find it under USDA. It's a December 20th, 2024 memo that they put out. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm just going to go over a few things. The infant, now, according to this, they are supposed to offer infant meals. Okay, we have a lot of daycares that say, I need to run this by Susana to see if she wants to enforce this or not. But according to this, if there is an infant present there, they have to offer them food. They can't say, no, not offering them food because we don't claim them, because that's an excuse so that they don't have to do the menus or the paperwork, okay? But anyway, if they are claiming, let's put it like that for now, if they are claiming a baby that's 0 to 11 to their first birthday, we have some daycares that say the infants. And then you ask them, how old are they? Oh, they're 16 months old. They're not an infant anymore in this program. Okay. I understand they're still babies, but in this program, they're not. Okay. So after the age of 12 months, they're considered, once they turn 1 year, they're considered an older child. So they don't have to follow a schedule. Okay. The mealtime schedule that the daycare has for the older children, the infants do not have to follow that schedule. So if you get there and they say the baby already ate, that's fine. If the baby's asleep, they're not going to wake up the baby to feed him. If the baby's going to eat 3 hours from right now, that's fine. The baby is the one that tells the daycare when they're hungry. And so they're supposed to be fed on demand. So from 0 through 11 months, they can eat whenever they want to. This is something that seems to be a little bit confusing, and I don't know why. It's very easy. For breakfast, they have to serve an infant cereal that is fortified with iron. Has to. Okay, there's no excuses. They can't serve cream of wheat, even though it says iron fortified. They can't serve their own, this lady was asking me, podemos hacer la papilla nosotros, not for the cereal. I'm not sure what kind of cereal they would be making, maybe oatmeal, I'm not sure. But anyway, it has to be the one that's bought in the box, and it says iron fortified infant cereal for breakfast. It has to be that one. Okay, so for breakfast, they have to have between 0 and 5 months, all the way through 6 months, they don't have to have anything else but formula or breast milk. Once they turn 6 months, but it depends on the child. And you all, Berta and Nora and Araceli know that on the enrollment form, and now you all have to know too, it says on there, is your child developmentally ready, right? And until the parent checks yes, that means that the child's not ready. Okay. If they check no, we can't force them to. But hopefully by the time they're 7 or 8 months old, they will be eating more than just formula. They will be taking more than just formula. But every baby is different. It is not recommended that before the age of 6 months that anything else but formula or breast milk is offered to the child unless prescribed by a doctor. We always follow the doctor's, whatever the doctor says, okay? So if there's an infant that is allergic to the formula, it has to come from the doctor. We're not doctors. We've had children, but doesn't mean we can tell them what's better for that child, okay? So the provider, the daycare can claim a baby if the parent is providing the formula or the breast milk, okay? So let's say the baby's 1 month old and all they're taking is breast milk, the provider can claim that. All right. Then after that, when they start eating everything else, then the daycare has to provide everything else and the parent can still provide the formula. But you all as monitors have to make sure that when you walk in there and if there's babies, show me the formula. What formula do you have? No, the parent brings it. They still have to have formula there. Okay. It has to be there. Mhm.
Tengo una guardería, problema que como la mamá le daba pecho, le dejaba exactamente las onzas. Le comenté ese detalle de que tiene que tener fórmula aparte independientemente y me comenta que si hay manera de que le hagamos una carta para de esa manera demostrarle a la mamá que tenemos que ella tiene que tener leche extra
We
porque
have.
y los papás quieren que se les esté dando comida de más.
Okay.
Como que el bebé tiene sus horarios de comida, no respetan eso de va a comer cuando necesite, es de no, dale a las 9, dale a las 12 y si tiene hambre antes, déjalo que llore. Así en ese
Okay. Well, well, that would
Con leche de pecho no lo llena, por eso comen cada uno.
exactamente, pero las mamás no.
Pero me imagino que
por eso quieren una carta.
imagino que las guarderías, independientemente si le pueden dar esa fórmula o no al niño, nomás necesitan, la guardería tiene que tener una fórmula para en caso de una emergencia, que se caiga la leche o algo, o sea, pero
Ándale, pero como la mamá está en el afán de no, respeta horarios y te estoy trayendo lo que el niño va a comer, no permiten que el niño coma otra cosa que no sea la leche de
pero la
leche.
guardería no tiene por qué notificarle a la mamá que la guardería tiene allí una fórmula en caso.
Pero en dado caso, quieren tener una hoja donde se respalden de yo tengo que tener la leche cuando sea necesario el niño necesite y aquí está por el
Pues lo que puede ser una pregunta que puede hacer la proveedora a la mamá, al papá, ¿qué pasa si por alguna razón, Dios no lo quiera, ¿verdad? Pero que pase un accidente y no lleguen por el niño a tiempo, vamos a suponer, y que pasen 5 horas, el niño ahí llori, 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 ok, lo vamos a dejar, pues ni modo. Entonces, ¿quién se va a meter en problemas? La proveedora. Ajá. La proveedora, no la mamá, porque la mamá va a decir, bueno, yo no pude llegar a darle pecho porque no le diste de comer. Entonces, que tenga algo ahí. Si necesitan algo por escrito, aquí está todo este paquete que es de USDA y aquí viene. Ajá, aquí viene.
Porque si tengo una guardería en particular con ese pues, ya ahorita me
¿Quién es, Pati?
Marcela Domínguez.
Okay.
Tiene un bebito que, o sea, tiene las horas programadas y me tocó un monitoreo donde literal el niño lloró una hora. Porque le tocaba su comida a las 12 y ella en cierto modo sí le respetaba los horarios para que la leche le alcanzara. Pero obviamente el niño crece, necesita más demanda de leche y la mamá no le dejaba leche.
Este programa también es para educar, ok, para educar. Y los estudios enseñan que ahora enseñan, and I'm going to say it in English, and I was watching a video the other day and it was so fascinating to me. We were gone for a little bit, I don't know for how long. I think it was the internet, but we're back now, so hopefully you didn't miss a lot. We were still talking about infant feeding, okay? Okay. Vamos a seguir lo que quiere la mamá, ¿verdad? Pero que ella compre de todas maneras su fórmula porque se mete en problemas si no tiene algo ahí, ¿ok?
Para comentarlo.
If the mother decides to go on site to breastfeed the child, the provider can still get reimbursed for that, okay? In the past, we had a little, because In all my 100 years here, we had different fundings. One year we had funding for setting up breastfeeding. Do you remember, Becky? And
Like a little room.
yeah, and Susana put me in charge of doing that, of setting up a breastfeeding area in the daycare. Right? So we chose, I don't know, 5 daycares or whatever. The funding was there. We gave them funding and they set up really pretty areas. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate, just somewhere where the mother can go and have some privacy, not in a bathroom. Okay, not in a bathroom. That's not nice. Okay, so that's something that you can talk about too if you wanted to.
Provider that there were stickers or whatever they could put on the door. And one of the providers said, yeah, but what if somebody else comes in or something? People be going to random homes to breastfeed.
Oh, yeah. It was like, I don't know, something along the lines of we respect breastfeeding here or something like that. And she thought somebody was gonna knock on her door. Can I come breastfeed my baby? I know.
Well, TRS still require that for open centers.
Okay, and right now I know that a lot of centers are going through that right now, ¿verdad? I guess if they're CCS, then they're TRS, right? Okay,
Once TRS, they need to go under.
under TRS. Okay, good. Okay, so breast milk
I
can
have a
be,
question.
go ahead.
Oh, that.
Go ahead, Claudia.
Oh, it's because you're still cutting up a little bit, and did you say that if the mother goes in to breastfeed, the provider gets reimbursed or something like that?
Yes,
Did you send me?
yes. Is it
Okay,
choppy?
so they
What?
still, yeah, it keeps freezing for like a second, and then you come back, except for that one time when you just left for good.
That's weird. Okay, let me see.
Como la ley. No, I was already tired of shredding. She was no money to my mate.
Can you please say hi to Jude?
Oh, hi, Junie. Look, that's Ramon's dog that Claudia's babysitting. Hi, Junie B. Hi, baby.
Oh my goodness, she's beautiful.
Oh, nomás que no se deja
Beautiful baby.
Y Ramón la regaña. Hi, Junie. You're a good girl.
Oh my goodness, she's beautiful.
Thank you.
Aw, where's Milo?
Okay. He's right here.
Around here.
Did I throw him out? Are you guys still there?
We're here.
Okay, good. All right, let's see. I don't know if that's gonna improve it or not. Let's see. Hopefully. Okay, so breast milk can be in the refrigerator, can be stored in the refrigerator for up to 4 days. By the 5th day, it needs to be tossed. It has to be marked with the date that it was expressed. Okay? Any breast milk that is frozen, it has to be used within 24 hours. You cannot take it out of the freezer, thaw it out, feed the baby, and if there's any left over, put it back in. You can't. You have to throw it out. Now, any breast milk that is sitting on the counter cannot only be sitting there for 2 hours, no more than 2 hours. And that goes for any type of food. Any type of food that's on the stove or anywhere else for more than 2 hours has to be tossed. So the breast milk, if you don't feed it to the baby, then toss it or put it in the fridge. Now, once you start feeding the baby the breast milk, you can't save it again. Okay, you have to finish not breastfeeding. You have to finish feeding the baby within an hour. And if not, then you throw it out. Okay, so if you need any more help as far as that's concerned and you want my little handout here, I'll be glad to give you a copy of it.
And just so think, of course, if they claim the kids the center responsible to get Gerber cereal, puffs,
Yes.
snacks and everything for the kids?
Yes. Once a child starts taking more than just breast milk, then for breakfast, it has to be the infant cereal, fruit or vegetable, and the milk, the breast milk or the formula. It's three things, okay? 6 to 11 months or 7 to 11 months. For snack, it can only be breast milk if you want, or if they're older, they can add the little cracker or the applesauce or something else, but it can be just one item. Never juice. Juice is never allowed for infants, never, okay? For lunch and dinner, it's 3. It's also the formula or the breast milk, the fruit or the vegetable. And then here it can be either a meat or a meat alternate or cereal, iron fortified cereal. Okay, so the cereal can take the place of the meat or the meat alternate at lunch or breakfast. If they do serve the little, well, I guess they're still called Gerber jars, right? They cannot have, and we've talked about this before, they cannot be dinner or dessert. If it's chicken, it's chicken. If it's carrots, it's carrots. If it can be mixed vegetables is okay, but not like chicken, I don't know, chicken dinner. It has to say just chicken or just beef or just, okay?
So no, like chicken and rice.
No chicken and rice. There you go. It's got to be the chicken and then the rice. Uh-huh.
It's like if we take the time to check the menu for the
For the babies?
It's kind of yeah, kind of.
Can you
Something-
just well, it is kind of confusing because you don't know the ages.
Right.
Can you just make sure that they're serving formula or breast milk? If you can, if you have time, or just ask them.
Yeah.
This makes very hot, makes it very hot. Just ask them if they have any problems.
Well, I think everybody understand, of course, the 0 to 5 months is gonna take only formula. I think all the centers understand that.
I hope so.
So the 6 to 11, of course, they're gonna make a menu for that, because we need to see, well, we need to see the menu, what are they gonna serve for the date.
Okay,
you know?
but they should have it posted so you can see it there.
Well,
Really, really
casi nadie lo
clearly.
tiene, pero cuando vamos y lo pedimos, pues lo ponen, pero digo, cuando tú lo ves, es kind of tricky, te quedas así como que.
Well, when you're looking at it here, I
Hay
imagine
muchos que
so.
ponen el menú que ponen en la comida regular, traditional, they put it on the baby one, and I'm like, this is not for babies. Sí, es que lo molemos, and I'm like, okay.
Well, okay, then that's what I was gonna say. We presents a problem there because when I used to be a monitor, they would serve pizza to babies and they would put it in the blender.
De veras?
Yes.
Just for paper.
No, they would actually put it in the blender.
That way they don't have to make anything else.
Yes.
But
First of all,
like the food they're serving.
okay, but it has to be, they
Like
really have to
something
think about it,
yeah.
right? Like, for example, if it's ground beef and they have a full kitchen and they're gonna cook their ground beef, then they can separate before they put the onion and and a lot of times they'll put chile. I don't even know why, but anyway. Just separate it, right? And separate the carrots or whatever, and then blend it. They have to use their head.
Es que no entienden el concepto que sí pueden dar, que ellos pueden moler comida, pero estamos hablando como de carrots que cosan, de broccoli,
Chicken.
cosas así.
Ajá.
Ellos, si tú le dices de esto, sí, esto no, o sea, hay gente que no capta ese problema. So, ese es el problema, que no lo capta.
And they still have to measure for babies too, okay? So, I mean, it's not as strict. They just follow the meal pattern chart that's in here and it's 0 to 5 tablespoons or whatever. But yeah, just as long as it's not disgusting, okay? Now, if you really look at the meal pattern chart, it used to say that babies were only allowed egg yolks. Now they're allowed the full entire egg. Okay, they can eat the entire egg.
Like if you check the place to grow,
If you can afford it, right?
the place to grow one, the menu is kind of, for the infants, it's kind of, no, they have
dinner or AM snack, they have dinner roll, applesauce, and formula. They have goldfish, peaches, and formula.
Okay, right there, I would just go in there and say, you don't have to serve 3 items. And it, obviously, they're not serving 3 items. They're just probably serving one, just the formula.
Yeah.
So just leave it at that. Leave it as a formula and se acabó.
Yeah.
Now, if they're gonna serve, and I do want to get to that, because it is very important. If they're gonna serve, I mean, they can serve ready to serve cereal at snack for the infants, okay? Because it's very common that for an infant, you might give them their formula and then maybe a few Cheerios so that they can learn how to pick them up and all of that. So ready to eat cereals for infants at snack only are allowed, but they have to meet the new requirements, okay? So the new requirements are, let me stop sharing. Well, let me find it first. Oh,
Hit the back, Chupa.
okay. Let's see, this is USDA.
Really quick, Chita.
Yes.
So after the infant turns 6, and then they would have to update the enrollment in order for the center to, let's say we have an enrollment when the baby was 2 months old. So baby turns 6, mom is ready to say that baby is ready for, so we, in order for the center to be, even though the mom says it verbally,
We need to get it in writing.
Have to provide us the enrollment in order.
Actually, licensing the app, licensing les pide una hoja a los papás que tienen que decir cuando los niños pueden comer, lo que pueden comer.
No, mi pregunta era, en el enrollment que nosotros recibimos, viene, vamos a decir que el niño tiene 2 meses cuando lo registraron, y obvio que el niño estaba tomando leche, ya sea fórmula o leche de pecho, ajá. So, cuando el niño se convierte en un infante de 6 meses, que ya los papás dicen, bueno, yo creo que mi niño ya está listo para empezar a comer, empezar a probar comidas sólidas. Mi pregunta es, ¿el centro tiene que actualizar ese enrollment y mandarnos la firma del papá diciendo que the baby is ready? So we could have it on file and have it ready to see. Good. Check out.
Yeah, because it has to be in writing, otherwise the parent can say, I never gave you permission to feed my child, right? Yeah. Okay, so the new requirements are, it used to be that cereals, the total sugars of cereals, they would measure the total sugars of cereals. Now they're measuring the total added sugars in cereal. It used to be no more than 6 grams of sugar per serving, I believe. And now they're looking at the added sugars, okay? So here is a little, how can I get it better? Can you see it? Okay. So the added sugars, all breakfast cereals in the CACFP must contain no more than 6 grams of added sugars per dry ounce. So it's still the same. There are many types of cereals. Sorry. Yeah, it was revised November 2024. So this is the most recent one. Just wanted to make sure I had the right one. Okay. So there are many types of cereals that meet this added sugars limit. There's a lot of centers that call me and say, can you send me the list of cereals? It would be impossible. It's impossible to have a list of every single cereal that's allowed. So You can use any cereal that is listed on the WIC approved cereal list, or you can also find cereals that meet the added sugars limit by using the nutrition facts label and following the steps below. You can find any of these handouts under square meals, but also, I don't know, I find that square meals is so difficult to maneuver, right? Are you okay, Araceli? Yeah. Are you congested?
It's because it's hot in here.
It is?
Yeah.
Do we,
It's on.
it is?
Yeah.
You have a fever?
And on this one, from my cake is.
Yeah. There's a vent.
Maybe you should scoot over there.
See how rumors get started? I'm having triplets, all right? I'm having triplets, everybody. I'll be showing in a couple of weeks.
You want to face it that way?
So this handout, you can find it under Team Nutrition, okay? I think it's a lot easier to find them there. Claudia also puts them in the newsletter. I highly, 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 highly recommend that if you're not reading the newsletter yet, that you need to start now, because we also communicate with you all through there. And if we want our centers to read them, then you have to read them as well, okay? And besides that, they're really nice and pretty, and she takes a lot of time. Okay, so the first thing that you would do is, this is your nutrition label. This is a nutrition facts label. You use this label to find the serving size in grams, okay? So the serving size in grams is 3/4 of a cup, well, 3/4 of a cup or 30 grams. So we want it in grams.
Right?
Good to hear recording. I hope it continued recording.
Yeah.
Are you all there? I know we lost you again. Okay. So the first thing you do is you find the serving size in grams, and this particular Yummy brand cereal is 30 grams per serving. The second step is you find the added sugars, not the total sugars, the added sugars in this cereal. They're 4 grams, and you can just follow the arrow, is 4 grams. And then you use a serving size identified in step 1 to find the serving size of the cereal in the table below.
So we're good now, 26 to 30.
26 to 30. So added sugars must not be more than 6 grams. So this cereal is okay. Okay, I'm gonna say what it says here. In the table, look at the number to the right of the serving size amount under the added sugars column. If the cereal has that amount of added sugars or less, the cereal meets the added sugars limit. Okay, so that's a very, very easy way of determining if that cereal qualifies or not. You may want to share this table with your daycares, or just carry it around with you. And then it continues to give you more examples, but that's the easy way to do this. This is under Team Nutrition. Be sure that you get the one that has been updated, and it's at the end. It was revised October 2024, because November 2024, because it first came out October 2019. Okay. I wanted to share that much with you. Now, there's also one for yogurt. Yogurt has also changed, but I didn't bring it, but you can find it also there under Team Nutrition. It also gives you a little table. Now, a little formula. Apparently now some, and I said some, I didn't say all, some drinkable yogurts are allowed. Okay, but they have to run them through that little formula to see if they are allowed. So do a little bit of research, go under Team Nutrition or USDA Food and Nutrition Service, and find these handouts so you can share them with your centers. Do you see how there's so much work to do as a monitor when you go out there, other than just, of course, it's important that you monitor the meal, absolutely. But it's also important that you check these things out. Okay, and then I want to remind you about this little booklet here. It's very helpful. If you don't have one, get one, at least one for you. If you haven't read it, if you haven't read it, please read it because it is valuable. Share it with your centers. Refer to it when you need to. This program requires a lot of, it's very detailed and it's changing. As you can see, every second of our lives, it's changing. So we need to keep up with it. Here I've made some little notes in the
Unknown caller.
Sorry, it's just that I leave my ringer on because I need to for personal reasons. Okay. Meat and meat alternates. And it's here, right here, meat and meat alternates. Obviously, we know what a meat is, right? Anything that's a red meat, anything that's chicken or fish or anything like that, of course, it's a protein. But also keep in mind that any dry bean is also a protein, right? And what is a dry bean? Well, los frijoles que comemos los mexicanos, the pinto beans, the chickpeas or los garbanzos, las lentejas, las habas or the lima beans, all of those are dry beans. So they can either be served as a meat alternate or as a vegetable. So if they're serving, for example, ground beef tacos, and then they're serving beans, then the beans would count as a vegetable, right? But if they want to serve bean tostadas, then it can count as a meat. And then the cheese that goes on top of the bean tostadas can be counted as a protein, but only if it's measured. Okay, so it has to be at least 1 ounce per serving per meal per child. If the child is between, what is it, 3 and 5? Okay,
1 to 2 is 1 ounce.
1 to 2, 3 to 5 is 1.5. You're right, Joanne. Yes, so it has to be measured. Okay, so remember, beans, peas, lentils, cheese, eggs, if you can afford them again. They count as a meat alternate. At breakfast, they can be served, but no more than 3 times per week to substitute the grain. So if they're going to serve a protein or a meat alternate at breakfast, Center Pilot is not going to allow them to put the grain in there. And then they're going to say that Center Pilot isn't allowing them because the protein would take the place of the grain. Okay? No more than 3 times per week. Any type of butters, not mantequilla, but peanut butter, almond butter, sunflower butter, whatever is out there. Okay, they also count as protein, yes, as a substitute. Now, yogurt, of course, is a protein in this program. It is not in the dairy group. The only thing in the dairy group is the milk, but the yogurt would count as a protein. Okay. But if they're serving yogurt and with the strawberries at the bottom, the strawberries don't count. They would have to just the yogurt counts. Okay. There was one more thing I was gonna say. Okay. It used to be just tofu that was allowed as a plant-based protein, but now tempeh is allowed to. Okay, so those are the 2 things that can take the place of protein. It's a plant-based protein. It's plant-based, yeah, it's plant-based. So tempeh and tofu is okay for vegetarians or vegans, or for anybody really.
What's your alley right there, buddy?
Okay, just a reminder, I know we already know this, but we can't hear it enough. 2% milk is never, ever, ever, ever allowed. I don't care if you're bumblebees or baby caterpillars, it's never allowed. Okay, All right. No, pues no, or Paco. That's right. Nor Paco either. Here in this booklet, we have a sample menu here. And if you look up at the top, it says, well, this one doesn't. Anyway, you can find sample menus also on USDA or on Team Nutrition, okay? So that you can suggest different things to your centers, because I look at especially the snacks, and everybody's serving fish crackers and fish crackers and fish crackers, and I mean, you would think that there was nothing else. Okay, remember that if juice is served at snack, it only counts as 1/2 of a portion. So it gets complicated there, so we say no juice. If the serving size is what, 1/2 a cup? Let's make it more complicated. 1/4 of a cup, let's say. That means that if you serve juice, it only counts as 1/8 of a cup. So you still have to serve 1/8 of a cup of something else. So juice, let's just leave it alone. It's overrated anyway. Leave it alone. Mira aquí, avocado and rice cakes. A sushi roll with peanut butter. Ham pasta salad, huh?
Go to that.
I know, me too. I mean, it's, get yourself some ideas and share them with your centers. And then in the back over here, it also gives you a little bit more, a few more examples of how to use these different items instead of just cheese and rice and fish crackers. And fish crackers, fish crackers. Okay. Any questions or comments or anything that I left out or that I said wrong or that anything, you can correct me. It's okay. I don't mind. No? Okay, I'm going to turn you back around. And now for the next hour, más o menos, we'll go ahead and allow anybody to share that wants to share anything. Who wants to go first, here or on Zoom?
I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
Not everybody at once.
Well, I just started validating again, so
I'm sorry.
that's okay. That's all right. So I guess my answer would be like, how many days after using to process the claim could I tell myself, I don't get to work?
That same day or the next day for
Okay.
sure in the
It
morning.
won't change their claim.
It won't.
I always just wait till
They let you know.
yeah. That way I know now at least I'll just give it a day then. I'll just, you know what I mean? Okay. That's it, ladies.
Okay, and
Just for me.
those of you on Zoom, we just used our brand new projector. Yay! Finally, we get one that works. And it's ours, and it's new. It's new. I mean, in all the years I've been here, I've never had a projector. I'm so excited. Never, Pati. We were always borrowing, and then it didn't work, and then Ramon would run over here and fix it, and then as soon as he left, it didn't work. We're
Yes.
just
Program
programming.
we
We don't have pencils. We don't have toner. We don't have a projector. We don't. Okay, I'm just playing, Laura. Yes, we do. Okay, who wants to go next?
I'll go again. Just kidding.
Anybody on Zoom? Okay, let's go back and forth. Who wants to go first on Zoom?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I just want to say to every single one of you that is there, and also on Zoom, thank you for, always being cooperative with me. Every single one of you, is always there for me, and thank you because you guys make my job easy. I mean, related to the food program, I'm still learning every time there's a meeting. I learn something new. Like today, I learned a lot of things, that I wrote down. But I just want to say a special thank you to everyone for making my job easy. Also, thank you.
Beto, I just want to say welcome back. I know I already told you that this morning. We
Thank
all
you.
missed you very much, but nobody missed you more than Susana.
Yes,
We're all
and
happy to see you back. Yes. We're all happy to see you back and no more. Ya no vas a faltar, Beto,
No, ya
okay?
no. No,
No
no,
more.
ya no quiero, no. No, and I'm glad here. I'm glad to see all my beautiful faces every day.
Good,
Thank
Beto.
you,
We're very
guys.
happy to have you back. Thank you. Okay, now somebody here present who wants to go first, who wants to go next? Patty?
I'll go next, Bertha. I've lost my voice, but I think you can understand me.
Okay, Nora.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you run that? I'm just curious. What is that little window that says renew with pending date? I think it's in the validation area.
Yes.
Or
Yes, I know where it is,
participant?
and I know that Angela answered me on an email as to what that was, Nora. Do y'all
Yes.
remember what it was, Berta or Araceli? I know that I asked her.
You never told us?
I never told you?
No.
Did she answer me? Okay, I'm gonna go back on my emails, Nora, and see. I know I asked Angela, and maybe she never answered me. Maybe that's why I don't remember. ¿Qué dice
Me.
validate with pending date, verdad?
I just wonder, how can we use it as to help us to better understand the validation of the dates.
Yeah, I thought she had answered me. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay, Nora, anything else? I'll go ahead and let you all know, I promise.
No, just working.
Nora, were you sick?
I think it's allergies because they're working in my house and all that powder and everything, the wind and everything. Yeah,
Sounds really like bronca. Nora.
Yeah, she says she lost her voice.
Oh, I can't hear her over here.
So no, I've been meaning to ask you about that. And I wrote myself down a little note so I won't forget. But other than that, I'm doing good.
Okay, thank you, Nora. I will let you know.
Yes, thank you. Peace.
Okay, who wants to go next? Patty?
Patricia. Las embarazadas de mi papá.
Estoy ya actualizando todas las cosas con el censo. Los
Okay.
estoy llevando. Ya casi acabo de repartir las revistitas. De momento no tengo computadora porque se dañó. Mi marido la está tratando de arreglar. Si no puede, pues llegando Ramón, tengo que hacerle fila. No se actualizó, no sé qué.
Es computadora de nosotros.
Es la persona.
Okay.
Entonces, dice que ya casi puede, porque trae una falla ahí de un driver y no sé qué me explicó porque no la entiendo. Pero si no puede, pues ya tengo que ir con Ramón. Y ya casi acabo con mis monitores. Me faltan 3.
Okay.
Lo pronto.
¿Y
Pero
qué-
ando actualizando más que nada el censo de la ciudad y checando que todas tengan sus postos sonora.
Y enseñándoles the names of each poster, ¿verdad? Por si entra.
Y yo les pregunto, siempre me dicen, sí, ahí están, es ese y todo. Y le digo, porque cuando vienen los auditores no saben y lo más se me cambian.
Se me hizo raro que varias de tus guarderías no. According to the auditors, they didn't have the posters, but I know they did. Ajá. Por eso también la listita que les dio Terry, ahí viene, ¿verdad? Para que
Sí.
le...
Y de hecho, la mayoría les estoy preguntando la cuestión de cuánto guardan el archivo por la situación que nos pasó con Karel. Y todas me dicen lo mismo, con 10 años, todas tienen su archivo desde que abrieron día 1 hasta la fecha. Nada más las guarderías más nuevas, como que si traen ahí la información que licencias no se pone de acuerdo, porque sí ha habido unas guarderías que me dicen que 3 meses, 6 meses y que pueden desechar todo. Otras sí me dicen que 3 años y hay otras que sí me dicen que 10 años. O sea, sí me han variado la información.
10 años nunca, pero antes era 3 años, 3 meses. Y por la razón que son 3 años, 3 meses, para que no haya, por ejemplo, right now we're in March 2025, right? If we say 3 years, then we go back to March of 2021. But do we save March or do we start with April? And so there wouldn't be a problem there. They would say 3 years, 3 months. Now they cut the 3 months out and they say 3 years. We still say 3 years, 3 months. We still save ours for 3 years, 3.
Yo les digo, así como que ahorita les estoy diciendo del 2020 para atrás, dije, ya pueden desechar todo.
Ajá,
Porque
es mejor así. Es mejor así. For IRS, it's actually 5 years. I'm sorry, Catherine, taking up all your office space. It's 5 years. Ajá.
Más que nada para no tener problemas con licencias, cuando en la vez pasada yo les digo que para el programa de la comida me tienen que guardar todo 3 años.
That's good, okay. Y no es que nunca lo hayan oído, porque lo han oído muchas veces. Yo no sé por qué no les decimos nada nunca, Joanne, a nadie.
Mira, también que sí, cuando llega el auditor no saben nada.
No sé si se ponen nerviosas o algo así, ¿verdad? Okay,
Quiero pensar que es eso.
okay. All right. Thank you, Patty. Anybody on Zoom want to report?
I think I'm the only one left on Zoom.
Oh, okay, you are. So go ahead, Miss Claudia.
So I was obviously doing the receipts, and just to let you know that Little Scholars is still not separating. I don't know if they had an agreement with you or Terry,
No.
but they're still doing the 60/40, and I just wanted to let you know. I don't know if you want me to tell them or continue to let them to.
No, if you could
Okay.
please let them know, Claudia, that give them until, well, starting April the 1st. April the 1st, they must separate, and if they have any problems, they can contact you, me, Terry, Laura. Laura, you're their monitor, right? Junie.
Sorry.
It's okay. If you can please, if you do an at-risk or when you do an at-risk monitor, if you can please remind them that they must separate their receipts, and it can be done because it is being done. Okay, we can't tell them exactly how to do it, not because we don't want to, but because everybody has their own way of doing it. Okay, so whatever works for them. Is there anybody else that you know of, Claudia, that is not doing it as of right now?
Just who I don't remember who I had told you guys. I think it was just the 2 centers that are supposed to not be with us
Okay.
for much longer.
Yeah, Bumblebees and Learning Station. I'm glad that you reminded me. I just want to interrupt there. They are no longer allowed to do at risk. We took them back, but only traditional. Okay. So as of April, no at risk for them, Claudia.
So
Okay.
so they're still staying with us? Oh, yeah?
I'll talk to you about it a little bit more.
Okay.
Go ahead, Claudia. You can go ahead and finish.
I don't. All right.
Just to it's Bumblebees and who else? I'm sorry.
Learning Station.
Learning Station.
If you can please remove them from your at risk.
I had a Okay, and then back to what did I say? Little Scholars or Future
Yes.
Scholars?
Little Scholars.
Is that Baco's daycare or no?
No, that's Claudia and Celia and Joseph.
How about child development? Did you raise separate?
They don't do at risk.
Child development? Oh, no, I'm so sorry. It's not child.
Okay.
Yes.
Claudia, go ahead. You can finish.
Okay, sorry, you were just chopping up a little bit. Okay, because I still have some daycares purchasing laundry detergent, and I know that Baco had a long time ago said that he needed to buy it because they had a washing machine. I don't know if any other daycare has an agreement of some sort, but um,
I
that's
would
why I
say
think it
no.
was Little Scholars that bought. Okay.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah, I
no.
would say no
And
as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
and unless they complain, then we can discuss it, but I would say no.
Okay. And then lastly, for the sake, I guess, for the people doing receipts, um, I was going to make a separate document with all the daycares that have the full kitchen and all that. So if like the monitors, I know that a lot of monitors have already put like if the daycares do have a full kitchen or not on the shared file. And
Yes, I
if
think Joanne, you gave me yours, but I'm not sure if Jessica and Laura, of course, did it. Yeah,
so I can make like another separate one just for us to have, so we can
okay,
look at it as, because it does make a huge difference as to like, so that we can be more precise in what we're checking.
okay,
So
that'll
that
help.
helps a lot. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, and that's it. I'm gonna start the newsletter again next week, so I can add some of the stuff for the infants if you want.
yes, that would be helpful. Uh-huh. Yes.
And I guess that's it.
Okay. All right. So if there's anything else that we want added in the newsletter, we'll let you know soon.
Yes,
Is that
please.
okay?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Laura, when you were gone, we just need to know from your daycares and your daycares, which ones have a full kitchen. Okay, because the ladies that check the receipts need to know, because those are the only ones that can buy raw meat. You just have two that have,
Which is
okay.
Future Scholars and Beast Castle
Okay, Claudia, did you get that? Future Scholars
on George Stevens.
and on George Dieter, Future Scholars on George Dieter and Bees King's Castle,
Beast Castle.
Bees Kids Castle, Bees King's Castle, Bees Kids Castle.
Bees, kids.
That one. Bees Kids Castle. That's so hard to say. And Future Scholars on George Dieter, they have a full kitchen.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Who's next here?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
Todo bien. Just, I'm working on corrections. Everything's, I think at this point, pretty confident to say I'm working right within the same month with the lady.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Let's give Berta a big hand. Yay.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh my God. I never thought I would see the day.
Quite, 95%.
It's okay. That's close enough.
About 50%.
Yeah, and then we're about to start getting ready to file away and clean out the binders and put the new fiscal in and kind of do that. So
Okie dokie.
that's probably.
Well, you need to get better so that you can do that. Look at your face, Araceli. She doesn't look good.
No, yeah, so I think, let me see. Other than that, everything else I think is going pretty smooth. Daycares are responding to it.
Okay, good. We still can't get it through them that you're Berta Sanchez
I know.
and I'm Berta Chavez.
Yeah.
Yesterday I got a call from Baby Caterpillar and she said,
Yeah.
Mande, dígame. And I'm like, yo no le hablé.
That's when we're calling for the check.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
but other than I mean, the corrections I'm working on are very simple corrections.
Good, wonderful.
Formula. For some reason, the centers keep forgetting the infant section, the formula, and would you say that would be the biggest one? Once it gets to me,
La frecuencia, madam.
Yeah, but those are nipped in the bud things.
Yeah,
You
but
kind of take care of those before they get to me. Yeah, I think.
Good job,
Like I
ladies.
just checked out of the family for whatever she had for the month and only one collection.
Wow.
So it's been really good.
A
We're getting there.
please.
round of applause for Araceli. That's wonderful, ladies. That's really good. Thank you so much. And thank you and Araceli for helping us call all the centers. Just an FYI for everybody that doesn't know, the centers will be paid through check just this month, okay?
Oh, yeah.
For reason beyond our control. That's all we're saying. We really don't know.
I got asked.
Yeah,
Yes.
just, we don't know. That happens sometimes, hardly ever does, but so they can pick up their check if they want to. We already have a list.
Friday after 1
After
p.m.
1.
they'll be ready.
And if not, they're gonna be put in the mail.
And that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Conde wanted her check yesterday. And I told her, I'm sorry. No.
Ay, cómo eres.
I'm sorry.
You're so mean.
I did tell her. I said, did I not speak to Nubia? And she, okay, Friday? Yes, ma'am. Okay, then you will receive your check on Friday.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's because she has another daycare now and she thinks she's the boss of you. She's a nice lady. I mean, I can't say anything badly about her. Sometimes she asks the same question over and over, but who doesn't? I mean, look at me. I couldn't even get the thing going. Okay, who's next right here? Jessica.
Well, I'm just finishing up my monitors. I think I have like 3 left. But
3 and yeah,
3 and then I don't know.
the follow-ups.
The follow-up.
Thank you, Jessica. And I'm glad you're back. Yeah, you look really good.
Thank you.
Hope that you stay that way.
Yes.
Okay, good, good.
Because then now we just have to put you outside. You
Well, if it helps. Well, I mean.
I'll be doing the butt kicking.
Yes.
Well, I mean, no, Jessica doesn't need to be. She's fine. She's fine. So we have Becky, Joanne, and Laura.
I'm gonna wait because everything I have to say is really just to the girls.
That's right, and I was gonna allow you to speak.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I
we'll
really
wait.
want to talk because I don't think they care.
Okay,
They don't.
okay, well, I mean, let me just say, as long as I remember before we allow you all to try forget. Bumblebees and Learning Station, okay? Bumblebees and Learning Station, we had a meeting with them here, Susana, Terry, and myself. And they were not happy. They were not happy with the splitting of the receipts. They were not happy with anything. They were just not happy. They blamed it on me and said that I was the one that changed the rules. I'm so powerful that I didn't even know I had that power. Everybody gets a raise.
Yay! Thank you.
So anyway, I think they jumped the gun and they sent me letters saying that they were out of the program as of February. And then they realized, just so that you all can tell your centers, it's not that easy to report directly with the state. It's not. It's not. And if they want to know how hard it is, they can talk to Susana and Angelica. Everything that is done here for them, they have to do it on their own before they report to the state. So, I called the ESC, the person that is in charge from the state. They didn't even call the local person here. They called the person in Dallas, whatever, it's the same thing. But I called her and I asked her, because Itala had sent me an email saying, we're gonna stay on another month. Well, guess what? You can't just say that you're gonna stay and that you're gonna leave and you're gonna stay. No, I'm sorry, but no. So I asked her who she had spoken to from the state and she gave me the name of a contact person. I called that person, very nice lady. She told me the process. I knew it was a lengthy process, but she told me exactly step by step what it takes. She says it could take months. It can probably even take a year. It's not that easy. And if you do everything correctly, then it's months. But then they return it for correction and then you have to correct it and then you return it and they're on their own timeline. they're gonna take it when they take it. They're not gonna say, oh, I'm waiting for it, so, they're waiting for it, so let me do it real fast. No, they're gonna do it whenever they do it. So first of all, they have to fill out an intake application and submit it to the state. And then the state approves that, okay? Once they approve that, then we have to give them a good cause transfer. And what that means is that they're in good standing with us. So therefore we release them. We can or we can't, And then the state would contact us and ask us, because they've done it before, are they in good standing with you all? Do they, have they committed fraud? Are they blah, 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 this or that? So we report back to them. And then TDA will contact the site and tell them what the next process, if we let them go or not. And then the state will approve them whenever they get approved. And then it starts. That's when the application process starts right there. Okay. So then the state would say, all right, then May the 16th is when we'll start your application process. So it's not something they thought they were going to leave here and then start over there
On Monday.
on Monday. Yeah. Yeah.
So they had to come back with their tail between their legs, pretty much.
Yeah, but Susana did tell me to tell them that, well, we discussed it, Terry, Susana and I, and we decided that the best thing for them would be to take away the at-risk because that was what was causing them such heartache. I mean, Itala, if she had had a gun, I think she would have shot us because she was so angry when she came in and she sat down and I asked her, how you doing? How are you doing? ¿Cómo está, Itala? Bien enojada. Bien enojada. Estoy bien enojada.
Oh, hell no.
And what?
Go back out, come back in.
You should have called me. I got my gun.
Well, what I said was, no se enoje, porque si se enoja se hace viejita.
If you like that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so we took away the at-risk and so they can continue with us if they are in compliance, and if not, we're gonna let them go.
They have been in compliance with traditional.
They have been in compliance with traditional. There has not been a problem.
So I'm gonna give the cards back. Bumblebees to Laura and Learning Station to Joanne.
Okay,
Okay.
and let's just continue until further notice.
Yeah, because they need to get
The new list that you
Yes, boss, I got it right.
Okay, and then Claudia and Carmen and Beto, whoever has those centers, please remove the at-risk from your list. And Elena, please remove from your processing list the at-risk for Bumblebees and Learning Station. And that's it. That's it because they don't turn in enrollment forms. Okay. Any questions about them? Okay, now Laura, if you'd like to report.
Smart woman, everything's right.
How's your headache?
Better.
Wow, Dr. Becky.
Caffeine, girl. Caffeine, the pill.
Para
Sorry, it's not.
What is it, Dr. Pepper and what?
Or caffeine, just caffeine.
Just caffeine?
Chocolate.
Una pastilla y una sopa.
No, pero digo, pastilla con, yeah, or con, like with chocolate, the caffeine.
Oh, okay, well, I never get a headache, thank God, but
Thank God.
just in case. Okay. Was it a migraine or just a tension headache? Just a headache? Well, good, you look better. Good, good. Okay, so no questions, no nothing? No? Everything good? Okay. Okay, all right. Good, I'm glad. Joanne, I think you're the last one.
Es que no me dejan hablar otra vez.
3 minutes. Okay.
3 minutes.
Starting now, girl, now.
You see, porque tienes pressure. No, it's just, nomás teníamos una pregunta que estaba platicando con Becky de los at-risk. Tengo 4 centros que tuviera aquí en April. Mi pregunta es que si los paros hago todos en mayo. Esa es mi pregunta. No.
The reason being, you know how we're trying to do every 3 months, whatever. When we had that problem with another monitor, that went in February, January, and said we only have to do 3 a year, and whatever she said. By the time at-risk came again, we were out. So what I was telling them, what I was thinking of, say January, I mean, say you start January, you know what I mean? Or the last monitor is January. So I'm thinking that they do their last monitor in May. And then when they come back in August, then we're back again at every 3 months and every 3 months and
Yeah, I
and
mean,
things moved.
sure.
But some schools in Socorro start in July. Would they still be covered? Some.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it'll still be like
Within
3 months.
Within the 3
Uh-huh.
Sure, I mean, if you think it's gonna
You
work,
think
yeah,
it works that way?
sure.
That way we don't have the
That
same
way we
problem
don't,
did last.
yeah, that's good.
Okay, well, no, go ahead. I'll wait till we're all done.
Okay,
Ok, y pues no, más ya sabes que tengo mis estrellitas, mis centros de estrellitas, pero sigo trabajando con ellos y ahorita yo nada más estoy haciendo follow-ups, pues estoy bien con todos.
good, okay, great. Okay,
pero-
that's good to hear.
Well, when we finish the meeting, I need to talk to you about fantasy. Little Giants.
Do you want to wait until after?
Yes, it's not a big deal.
Okay, all right.
It's a big deal, but not.
Okay, well, they finally met their 25%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pues déjame les digo, estoy tratando de ayudar y fue muy grosera una de las empleadas. Fui 18, no hice la extracción porque no estaba el director. Volví el 24 y una de las empleadas me recibió de muy mal modo. Traté de explicarle lo que estaba mal para que no lo hicieran ellas como ellas estaban sirviendo y me dijo que no, que a ellas no le explicaran nada, que ellas no estaban ahí para eso y que ellas, que ni les, si yo lo quería hacer, lo hiciera y si no, no, porque ellas no querían hacer. Ellas no querían estar, o sea, ellas no son responsables de nada de eso. Y le dije yo, pues es que tiene que haber un responsable, porque yo tengo que hacer el monitoreo. Y si no está el director y no está el asistente, ese no es el problema, ya tiene que una persona encargada y ellas dijeron que una de ellas fue muy grosera, María se portó un poquito mejor, pero otra de ellas fue muy grosera, entonces no sirvieron leche, ya sabes, lo básico. Pues él habla contigo si hacemos desalado esa comida, porque pues volvemos a lo mismo, o sea, la sirven fría, no está completa, o sea, tiene muchas cosas y pues de mi tiempo yo ya le he dado 6 horas.
what is it that they don't want to do?
Those girls,
Mhm.
nomás no querían que yo estuviera, o sea, ellas dijeron, a mí ni me preguntas nada porque yo no sé nada.
And that happens to a lot of daycares. I don't know about you, that they don't want to be, they don't want to sign, they don't want
Yeah, they
anything. The
don't-
cooks,
yeah.
más the cooks.
Yeah.
The teachers también se hacen como que no.
Okay, but somebody has to be there
I
responsible.
understand, yeah, but I mean, that's when I would think the director, they need to put somebody responsible. Because the girls are always gonna say, no, I don't want to sign. Because they don't want to be responsible.
Well, but that's a huge problem, okay? It's
Yeah.
huge. It's not, I'm just not gonna sign and that's it. Okay, so I would say disallow the meal that you went to, disallow it, because not only was it not complete, well, it wasn't complete.
And they serve a little bit like 5 minutes before.
Okay, disallow it and then go back. And here's the thing, if they're not gonna be in compliance, then we're gonna put them on corrective action starting now. If in 3 months they don't pass it, then we will let them go. I don't care if what's her name is not there or not, she needs to be responsible, Kimberly. Her audit was horrible. When they went to do the audit, it was horrendous. And she doesn't want to cooperate? Where is she?
Remember que Terry le ofreció que yo fuera a
Yeah,
hacer training,
yeah.
porque, bueno, training con support porque no tenía tiempo. Entonces, ¿te acuerdas cuando yo fui a pedirle los papeles del,
Sí.
de la que tenía Aspire, que te dije que tenía Aspire, esa todavía no lo pone la nueva, eso significa que no ha sacado la nueva? ¿Qué? ¿For the food program? La que le da el Estado que tiene que estar pagando cada año. La license for the food program. From the state.
Okay, she still hasn't gotten it out,
No, porque ahí sigue solo, no ha puesto la nueva.
pero sí la debe tener.
Pero no puedo, I don't ask for that, pero lo puedo preguntar porque nunca está. Acuérdate, luego yo le decía a Becky que last time que estaba con el niño en el hospital enfermo, so dijeron, no podemos, no queremos que haga monitoreo porque no estaba directora. So yo accedí y dije, bueno, hay una emergencia, so, igual me voy. Cuando regreso, te digo, ya las tiene así como que si viene llorando, díganles que no, o algo así, porque en cuanto entré,
Okay.
la chavalita se portó muy, muy grosera.
Okay, so next time that you go, if they don't let you do a monitor, they cannot claim for the month. Just tell them they cannot claim for the month. That's it. Because we need a monitor in order for them to be able to
Yeah.
claim. And if they're gonna throw you out, well, okay, you'll leave, but they can't claim.
Yeah, y si chequea su attendance, no está hecha toda la semana, bueno, no estaba hecha toda la semana pasada, no tienen menú, no tienen meal prep, o sea, no
Elena, you're gonna be hearing this this meeting recorded. Please put a blog on Little Giants starting now, right now. Put a blog for 3 days. Their audit was horrible. When their report comes back from the auditors, it's gonna be a mess. They're gonna have to pay back all kinds of money. So they are because they were so bad.
What about calling and setting up a monitor with Kimberly? That way you can sit with her and tell her this and this and this and this needs to be done. Because if she doesn't know that all this is going on, then what difference does it make if we're not doing anything?
She
kind
does.
of does.
Because
she could have done, she knows.
Well, I mean, how many times does she know that you went to do a monitor?
But
And
the,
that made you, that they didn't want to help you. She doesn't know all that.
but the reason we say is because we sat with Chita when we were trying to get her to give us enrollment, and she flat out said, I don't have the manpower and I'm just not gonna do it. So
Verbatim.
so she, in other words, the way they're acting, I think is a reflection of the leadership that they have. That's it. So
I can send them an email, Joanne.
Okay.
We can put it in writing. If you can just tell me the dates that you went out there and what I'm gonna tell her is that you're going to attempt it one more time. And if not, then, she cannot claim. She can't claim because we don't have a monitor.
Okay. So, fui el 3/18/25 al dinner, fue cuando me dijeron que no quería que fuera que porque estaban, la owner no estaba, y el 3/24/25, que es cuando hice desalado el dinner porque no estaba completo.
What was it that was missing for the dinner?
Bueno, aquí tengo la foto, era un arroz frío, un brócoli frío y los taquitos esos, los taquitos esos que no tienen sí en label, que I already told her that. Y pues no tenía leche. So, pues faltaban.
¿No tenían leche?
Sí tenían leche, pero no la sirvieron. And I have the pictures cuando llegué, que le tomé la foto a los niños, ahí se ve que nada más un niño tiene agua. Eran 3 niños nada más. So te digo, igual no le va a poder que le hagas desalado ese lonche, porque pues no son tantos niños, pero.
Did you get a monitor in March? Well, you got a monitor, but it was disallowed. Because if we don't get a monitor in March, we're not gonna accept her claim. Can you go, what's the day? Wednesday? Can you go tomorrow or Friday or Monday? Please? Okay.
Mira, que sí, ¿te la pasas? Claro que sí, gracias. Y obviamente no era el menú que estaba puesto. Bueno, no, porque bueno, no había menú. Todavía ya hay menú. Todavía ayer y antier no había. Apenas la acaba de poner.
And you had told them about those tacos. Are they like,
Ya, y pues te digo, fue cuando les dije, ok, mija, es que mira, la vez pasada, no, yo no quiero saber nada. Se me, and I'm like, oh.
No, because I've had that in fantasy.
Yeah,
I cook in the
yeah.
kitchen. I don't want to know. I don't want to sign. Nothing.
So
We're not talking about fantasy.
I love Paco. You know
childish.
Paco's one of my I
He's
love
been
him.
at it all day.
I love Paco. But people in the kitchen, they get scared. They get
I know.
for some reason. Yeah.
what is the name of that person that told you, no, a mí no me digas nada? Maria, you said
no,
no?
Maria, ella se portó bien, Andrea. She's a teacher for the preschoolers. She told me, my name is Andrea, and I'm a teacher for the preschoolers. And I'm like, okay, thank you, Andrea. Remember I call you? I know. Still nice.
Okay, so I'll send out an email telling her that we need a monitor for March. And so, well, you only have 3 days left.
So,
Do you
¿quieres
think you
que regrese a
can?
cena otra vez?
Yeah, do you think you can?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, because if we don't get a monitor, we can't accept her claim. I mean, she may not even send it in. She may be so late. She may not send in enrollments. I mean, there's always a chance.
Si le pones plazo ahorita, ya no va a poder hacer porque no hizo 18, 19, 20, 21. Apenas empezó otra vez el 24 a hacer
Okay.
attendance.
I think she's one that we need to leave the block on there indefinitely because she's not cooperating. She's just not cooperating. Ya no me acordaba de eso when we called her, the three of us. And yeah, she did say that. She did say that. She's not cooperating. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, Joanne, thank you. Okay, Becky, it's all yours. We have 18 minutes.
We still want them? Okay, they can stay. Okay.
Oh, you want to release them? Okay.
Because there's nothing that they want to hear.
Anybody in Zoom that needs to say anything further? Any questions, any comments? Nothing? Are we all good?
Send my list.
I do have a
Joanne's
question.
gonna resend you
Another
the list,
question.
Claudia.
For the full kitchen?
Yes. Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen on Zoom. Nora, feel better, and we'll see you later. Thank you.
Bertha, I just have one more question.
Yes, Nora.
On what does it signify now that they put those current percentages free and reduces on the validation part? It's current percentage and then free equals 67.7. Reduce. You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I'm about to see it right now as we speak. Hold on, let me get it.
I'm in play school right now.
Eligibility for each center,
Because the other 2 hours you didn't
each
get paid.
category.
Maybe it's just letting us know.
Oh, it's not gonna let me because I am recording. Let me go ahead and check it, Nora, and then I'll let you know, okay?
Send me a text or something. Just curious.
Okay, okay, let me see. Under validation.
It says current percentage.
Oh, okay.
Basically telling them where they stand, I think.
Yeah, yeah, it's just, okay, that would be, that would be like, for example, okay. Let me go ahead and share this so that you all can see what we're talking about.
Thank you.
Well, okay, it's gonna take a while for the projector to turn back on again. But anyway, it's under validation.